Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 8 of the 2016 VRR Street Talk IndyCar Series season. We're here in Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. 28 IndyCars are on their way for 90 laps. I'm Clayton Hardy, joined alongside NASCAR 1400. It's another amazing late night broadcast, simply because apparently it was popular at Kentucky. So, 90 laps. How you feeling?
I'm feeling kind of nervous because this track is pretty unforgiving, and if you make one mistake, you're bound to make seven. And
Windross.
well, Barris Windross right there was leading 2 races ago in the points. Fell back to I believe fifth.
Fourth.
Fourth, and that's definitely going to hurt him even more, pulling a what's nothing short of an angel at this point
This
of
is
the
going to be
season.
a jolly good time.
So we have one DNF already, something that's not terribly... Well, maybe not a DNF because he's still in the pit box there, but definitely a big drawback. But as I was just saying right before that happened, anything can really happen, and it's so easy to make a mistake here. And whether that was his fault or just a mechanical issue is unknown at the moment, but it just shows how quickly things can go sour.
Yeah, it's sad because Windross was supposed to be starting third. Front row is Stephanie Porter Kelly, her third pole position of the season. Still 0 wins in that column for her. She's joined alongside by Alex Rivera. It was all 3 different engine manufacturers in the top 3. That's obviously changed. Del Pret's moved up to third now to replace Windross. He's going to be alongside Jamie Nuri-Jardine. Sebastian Devereaux alongside teammate Jacob Birmingham. Gary Slater's alongside Jacob Dakota. Kimitsu Kinoshita is alongside Alan Herrera. Trevin Roby will be alongside Jet Raven. BK Glover will be on the outside of Angel Porter now. Pedro Harsh will be on the inside of Clayton Hardy. Cliff Legault to the inside of Hinna Venäläinen. A lot of manufacturer rows between Chevrolet, Honda, and Audi. Ryan Perlstein will be on the inside of Jesus Cristobal. Nico Costa-Montero will be on the outside of Muhammad Ahmed. You've got Thomas Rogers, Cameron Jackson, Stephen Nash, Aaron Van der Linden, and then Matthew Evans, kind of on his own in row 14 right now. So the Audi reliability gremlin possibly striking yet again.
We shall see how that will pan out, as so far one car in the pit lane started in third, but at the rest of the field the green flag's out, and we're racing at Mid-Ohio. 90 laps from now we will crown a winner, and right off the bat Stephanie Porter Kelly with a big gap out of the first corner. It looked like Del Pret did not get going at all.
Yeah, Porter Kelly, as soon as the pace car pulled into the pit lane, Porter Kelly was gone. So might see some complaints from Rivera and Del Pret especially, because Del Pret was relying heavily on being able to predict Porter Kelly's jump, and he got it completely wrong. You see Matthew Evans jumping 2 people, Van der Linden and Nash. But yeah, Porter Kelly just did the smart thing. I think it's perfectly legal. I think. But yeah, just instant launch.
Venäläinen running 2 tires out in the dirt there, getting pressured by BK Glover a bit. There's Angel Porter looking to just finish another race. Looks the position's definitely shuffled quite a bit after about 5th place.
Yeah. So it's Stephanie Porter Kelly that's going to, I believe, lead the first lap pretty triumphantly.
We've seen it in practice, and when we see a group of about 4 or 5 cars get together, whoever the leader was easily able to break away from the rest.
Yeah.
And it seems like that trend is definitely continuing so far today, even though we are only a lap in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Trying to look at the practice times here. Porter Kelly definitely one of the more consistent drivers right now, so it's going to be hard to pass her anyway. Um, let alone here, it's going to be difficult because there's not a whole lot of passing lanes. So you see Van der Linden kind of lagging behind.
There's
Windross
Windross
on
back
track.
out on the track. He's going to be a lap down and a half. So definitely a disappointing start to what looked like a promising race. And
He's got 88 laps.
he does have 88 laps, but it almost could be to a point with how the road courses are and how the sticks getting your lap backs work. You can pretty much write him off for victory at this point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna debate that too awful much. It's if he's a lap down now, he's got to make up a lot of time. And
if he's one lap down, that's one story. But you saw how close they are on the track, Porter Kelly to Windross again, maybe about 10 to 15 seconds between them. I mean,
Windross literally has to be faster than Porter Kelly, which is really hard to do.
However, he does have that clean air that Porter Kelly also has, so there is one benefit there.
Yeah, but then again, Porter Kelly's in a Honda, Windross is in an Audi.
And the caution's out, so perhaps a saving grace there.
Probably Rogers.
Rogers. Gonna watch these guys and girls race back to the caution flag, but the caution is out, and I'm believing you are correct. It is for the 2. I do not see anybody else involved in anything or any apparent damage. Doesn't look like a whole lot of damage to the 2 car on first glance, but that we've been disproven many times that first glance is not always telling the whole story. Take a closer look here at the number 2 car. I don't see.
If there is, it's minimal.
Yeah, I think there might be some on the side pod, but I can't be too sure. Oh, wow. Nearly hit the marshal there on the flag for pit road opening and closing. Now, just going to come in and get some tires here. Let's take a look here and see if we can't figure out what happened to the number 2 to bring out the first caution of the day on lap number 3.
At least he didn't lose too awful much.
No, he didn't. But if you're Stephanie Porter Kelly, you know, you're kicking yourself. Oh, there you go. That was
it.
Relatively simple. I'm kind of surprised it actually bring out a caution.
I think it might have just been because he was in the way of others.
Well, there's only 3 cars there at the back, but
a
good save actually.
Yeah.
Because he never did go around. He just kind of slid it up the hill, and
it just again.
It just steps out on you sometimes, because you see he was going on the inside of Cameron Jackson. He might have actually clipped. I don't think he did. He might have clipped the grass, but just kind of slides wide.
Can't block. Look at me.
He does a good job, and these 3 behind him do a great job of getting out of the way as well. So
see, he does a great job of representing the Cincinnati Bengals. Great job of screwing up.
So here's Windross right now. These back to live pictures. So this is a big sigh of relief. Well, one big sigh of relief for him, because he is going to be restarting only 1 lap down and back on even terms with the leaders. But still a lot of work to go if you're a Windross fan, of possibly getting himself back into top 20 range. However, see the field kind of splitting double file there. Not sure what that's about.
Also, some important news, probably even more depressing, considering the fact that Barris is from Massachusetts, is that the Grand Prix of Boston for the Rise in IndyCar series no longer on the calendar for that.
Because those darned businessmen and women can't stand to have a loud roar go through the street for 2 hours. Darn those people. Them fancy newfangled Formula 1 cars and their big old loud vacuum noises. We can't handle that for a weekend.
I'm going to go ahead and clarify that it is currently 3 o'clock in the morning for us. So, yeah.
If you enjoyed Kentucky, you're going to enjoy tonight.
Yeah, I've already had to cover my mouth 3 times because I was about to drop an F-bomb.
Oh my
Uh, we're,
goodness.
we're,
Well,
oh
there's
God.
Rivera cutting through the grass. Oh my goodness, there goes Dakota. That flagman is very brave because he did not even flinch.
Balls of gold.
Granted, they're not going that fast, but still, when you have a... I feel like they're doing it on purpose now just to tease them. There's contact in the pit lane between Pearlstein and Costa Montero there.
Of course, the other orange and black car. Great job, Pearly. Great
And
job.
your pick for the championship.
Great job, Pearly. Thanks for being a screw up. Fantastic.
Interesting though to see that a couple of people only a couple of people pitting. I figure more people might pit because typically when we have an early race caution, everybody comes down the pit lane, especially on road courses. But it looks like we only have about 5 or 6 people in the pit lane. One of
Which
them obviously
kind of,
being Rogers.
kind of automatically means if we have another caution, please, let's pray to God, the holy deity which I doubt. Let's pray that we don't have another caution. But if we have another caution, a lot of people that didn't pit will end up pitting, and then Del Prado will end up getting the lead out of it.
Yeah, this is going to be a painful next few minutes for anybody who was expecting to see side-by-side action. It's going to be caution for at least another half a lap.
Hey, the lights just went out. That's interesting. I've never seen the lights go out mid-lap like that.
Really? You haven't? They've been doing that. That's been happening all season, actually.
Remember, we do these at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not focusing.
This week, it's your fault that we're doing it at 3 in the morning.
Okay, it was either we do it at 3 in the morning or we do it after I have been awake for 50 hours.
I kind of want to
sorry.
go with the 50 hours because I kind of want to experiment with that one, but
Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that for Indy. I'll do that for Indy, and then
we're
I'll get
not doing
fired.
that for Indy. We have a whole week devoted to Indy there, so we're going to do that at like 2 p.m. We're going to be responsible for once, but probably boring. Looks like Legault maybe with an issue, but it looks like it's just trying not to run over the 24 car.
Oh no, if we go 2 for 2 and people are like, hey, we like Mid-Ohio, then yeah, I'll go ahead and stay up for Indy.
You can go ahead and do that. I'm going to get
I'll
some
be an
sleep.
idiot. I'll be an idiot. You
Yeah,
you can be the calm, collected one for once.
Wow. That's never happened before. Anyway,
Yeah,
Stephanie Porter Kelly is the leader, and then championship point leader coming into this race, and currently, if the race were to end as it is, Jamie Jardine,
whoa.
and we got
Look
cars
at that
darting
jump
everywhere.
by Devereaux.
Devereaux got a nice jump there, although it
that-
might be under review.
No, Porter Kelly had launched. Porter Kelly and Marie Jardine were gone.
Looks like Jet Raven got a terrible restart. You see him fading back very quickly. Or at least the camera angle would make it seem that way.
He's just moving out of the way because, 7 and 87 are kind of there.
So here is Porter Kelly right now, and Marie Jardine desperately looking for an attempt here to make a move, as Marie Jardine lately has been on a roll. She is the points leader. Yeah, not a literal one. I don't believe she's been on her lid yet, which is kind of something rare because just about every other driver has been on their lid, or at least been flying through the air at some point through the season.
I'm going to have someone fact check me on this, but I don't think Marie Jardine's DNF'd at all. Well, outside of Indianapolis last year, I don't think she's DNF'd at all this season.
That would explain the fact that she is
He's only
the points
leading
leader.
by 2 points?
Well, the fact that she's the points leader, first off, because that consistency.
But then again, Pedro Hartz was also points leader.
But that was after round 1, mind you.
The fact he won!
Anything can happen here in this series. It just shows that, it can come down to luck, it can come down to talent, but it usually comes down to a combination of the two. Long Beach.
Which is why my pick is absolute crap. Great job, Pearlstein.
Excuse me, not Long Beach, rather Surfers.
Long Beach is coming up soon.
Soon. TM.
Yamauchi, let me delay things for 3 years.
Look at Angel getting up there on that outside line, doing the same thing that Henna Venalainen was doing in the start of the race, right in front of her.
Oh, look, Chet Raven and Clayton Hardy, right in front of the danger zone.
Birmingham having a strong run early on.
It's okay, give him time.
So right now, Porter Kelly has led all but one lap, which was led by Rivera because he dove into the pit lane under caution and actually beat Porter Kelly to the line.
Actually, hold on,
So,
let me look at that. Let me look to see if that counted.
yeah, it put him on top of the leaderboard.
Well, the board says differently. Hold on, let's see. Oh yeah, he got the lap.
Yeah,
That's a little bit. That's I don't.
perhaps
Yeah,
that's why he dove in there, cutting the corner.
fair enough. Rivera, you lucky moron. How's that back doing you? How's that back doing for you? I can't even speak. God.
Clayton Hardy, the 3 a.m. special edition, everybody.
I haven't even had any alcohol. I feel
I
special.
find that very hard to believe.
I wish. But that's for another story at another time when I'm not peeling my eyes open with potato peelers.
That did not make any sense, and I think you just said that so that you could say potato.
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you even where are you right now? Where are we? We are in mid-Ohio, okay? Let's get that clear.
I'm scuba diving in like a field of flowers. I don't know where I'm doing.
Would you just like to sleep and have me commentate the rest of this?
Yes, but then I wouldn't get paid. And as much as I don't really care, giving you the extra pay.
Oh, is that how that would work? I would get your pay for that race?
Yeah. That's how that works.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. NASCAR fan needs more money.
This is what we put up with. This is what my life has become. I'm staying up 37 hours. Should be doing college reports, but no.
This is more. Race cars are more important to her. Even when especially when they're pretend race cars.
No wonder you're still in 5th grade.
Oh my goodness.
Hardy and Raven have somehow survived. They have survived the catastrophe.
No. 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 That I know there's about 3 people that are laughing right now because I showed them that video, and they're all from fun runs. So if that doesn't tell you something about what you've just said, please stop now. We can't go full Marky Moo Moo yet. It's only lap 10.
Do you know what does it mean?
I don't think you do know what does it mean. You know what I love, though? I love how that RV is sitting out halfway in the middle of the racetrack.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, it's just sitting out there, like... I know you wanted a good view, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be doing that. Somebody should go down there and tell that person to move. But,
might want to red flag it so we can fix the Armco. Or better yet, do what Ken Block does.
He didn't crash the Armco. He didn't crash the Armco. That's a access road. You knob.
Well, I just saw it like from like the little long shot where we just saw it like from the side.
I'm quite sure it's just a hole in the wall, but I could be wrong. You could be correct. Maybe he did plow through the Armco.
It's the hole in the wall.
No. Please.
That has terrible implications.
Stop. Just... I'm not going to survive your catastrophe. And you're the one who wanted to do this tonight. And I was like, nope, we need to wait.
Well, it's either we do or we get fired, and I'd rather not get fired, so yeah.
Dear Clayton Hardy, your services will no longer be required.
I thought I was working for Angel, not Sakura.
I believe that now that I think about it, now that I look at it again, I believe that RV is actually protruding through the fence, so that's not good at all.
Someone play Jim Connor, put a NOS bottle on the front of it.
Please stop.
Shenanigans. I dare one of you two. Hey, Steph, you want to try it?
Meanwhile, in the actual motor race, You know, that thing that we're supposed to be paid to talk about. Literally,
I said relevant things. I was telling Steph that she might want to hit an RV.
literally no positions have changed in the past, like, 3 laps, but that's Mid-Ohio for you.
This is what happens when everyone has their balls in their purse.
Can you not?
Come on, Crystal Ball. Come on. Be an idiot, please.
Cristobal currently running about mid-pack. 2 women out front, a third one, barely a man in third. And then you have the Mexican, and then the Frenchman, and then the American men.
You have the French baguette, or as I like to commonly refer to him as, a douche, sitting in fifth. Fifth. Yeah. We have a very multicultural top 5 right now.
And you have a very oblivious vocabulary at 3 in the morning.
Well, hey, I care.
You know, I feel like if you do bad enough, I feel like if I remember correctly, if you just do bad enough in the commentary booth, you can also be docked pay. So, Clayton.
However, I don't know if that would also go to you. I don't know the specifics on that.
At least I'm trying to keep it on topic.
So am I.
You know, I
was talking about Devereaux.
There was talk, yes, in a derogatory manner, but there has been talk of Angel joining us in the booth, and for this race.
Oh, like she's gonna be any better? Yeah. Okay.
I honestly wish she was here. I wish she was here right now, because I would love to see Clayton be torn a new one right in front of me live.
Oh, hey. Remember, the people that watch this were asking for this.
They were not asking for this. They were asking for things similar to Kentucky, and that was partially because of the racing. I'm kidding you not. Maybe 2 positions have changed since the restart.
Yeah. And it's me and Nass on the pay order.
Drunken laughs from Clayton Hardy. You know it's late.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nari Jardine off into the dirt a little bit there. She is pushing pretty hard to try and keep up with Porter Kelly.
The flying Kiwi almost became a Mexican lawnmower. And by the way, if anyone thinks I'm being serious, you might want to pull it out of your butt.
It's not the Christmas special yet.
I haven't cursed badly.
You have.
Okay, I said douche, which is perfectly acceptable.
Okay, but there are people watching this that are Tumblerinas, and they'll easily be offended.
Sorry, Ivan. We referred to you by name.
I was not even referring to him, but no. No, that's not going to happen unless you mention for affinity. Then he gets his panties in a twist, but...
Kentucky was so fun.
I wanted to see his reaction to that, but, you know. Ivan's a good guy. Ivan's a good guy. Speaking of good guys, I don't know why I use that as a lead-in, because none of us are actually that good. If you want to see me, Clayton, and Ivan all commentate like idiots for 4 hours, be sure to watch the GT Planet Fantasy Series Daytona 400, because shameless plugs.
I'll bring the serenade.
That is coming soon. It is ready to go. We have both the duels completed. The duels are sitting on my computer, ready to go. The thing that is holding us from doing that is we're trying to figure out a date where we can all 3 sit down for 4.5 hours and commentate this thing. So it's almost ready to go. Gary Slater in the pit lane, perhaps with an issue, not sure. But it doesn't.
Gary Slater having an issue. Oh my God! What a surprise.
Well, you've just offended all the religious mildly.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Steph. Oh God, if he doesn't fly from Florida to kill me, I'm gonna be surprised.
Did you say he?
No, I said if she.
I'm pretty sure you said he.
She.
Maybe it's my inner Tumblr being triggered here, but...
I think I was multitasking, so it came out slurred, because
Poor Trobes is going to be watching this, and every time I say something related to Tumblr, oppressed, triggered, or Tumblerina, he's just laughing every time, because every time it happens in the INBD lobbies, he does that. So I have a feeling that he's like, he needs a spleen transplant at this point because I've had to said tumbler at least 4 times in the past minute.
Let me get through my burping fit for a second. So
Yeah, don't do that on the air, please.
I've already done it once. So Trobe's last when we say tumbler, tumblerina, all that stuff. I can't even say tumblerina right. God.
Well, you know, it's like it's not like every time like you can say tumblerina and it'll be like, oh, but like if you say something like, oh God, he's triggered, you know, and it was something that was actually funny, then yeah, like, oh, that RV's protruding through the wall, Armco triggered.
See, I was right. It was protruding for the Armco.
I told you that 5 Have you forgotten
I'm
this?
not a PCP. I'm not a PCP much.
I've legitimately told you that you were correct. It was sticking through the fence, and I told you that on like lap 10, and you were too busy making derogatory slurs about Frenchmen.
I can't remember how many Mellow Yellow cans I've drunk already so far this race, and I just...
How is that relevant?
It's relevant because I just opened it before this race started. And so you're telling me that you want me to remember something that you said
5 minutes ago.
Yes. When I can't remember something that we did like 20 minutes ago.
What is your name?
I would say Autistic Potato, but that's yours. So, I don't know.
That was something you really can't say on the air there. Good job, Clayton. We're probably going to need to censor that bit.
Please don't.
No,
I want to test things here.
We probably will, because I will tell her what you said, okay, Clayton? But you can't say stuff like that on the air. That's going too far.
She's awake.
I will ask her right now. I will pull out my phone and type in the booth. You are looking at your leader right now. Where is she on my Skype list?
Oh, so, see, there's so many openings that if we were using the holiday special, I would be able to just tear you a new one. But I can't. Angel's gonna be so confused. She's gonna be like, "Why are you two messaging me at 3:14 in the morning?"
You said she was up.
Yes, but she wasn't expecting us to message her at 3:14 in the morning.
Oh my god, well, she knows it's us, and she knows that today we had to do the commentary, so, you know, she's probably, like, oh, right on cue. Meanwhile, the 3 lead cars seem to have made a breakaway, and this is starting to turn into a bit of a Formula 1 race. Usually I get really salty with everybody when they bring up a video and they skip right to the end results, but this time I almost can't blame you.
Yeah, great job, Steph. Congrats on your win. Unless Jamie does the kamikaze thing and says, "Oh, I don't feel like driving for you next year. I'm gonna just knock you out of the race right now."
I don't think she's gonna do that because she actually slept.
Please be a flying Kiwi and actually fly through the air. Please do this for me.
Can you please stop?
Maybe. I don't know. What's the
Oh, lordy lord.
So, I'm still trying to figure out why there are 2 people standing so close to the racing surface. Like, do you not care that if a car, like, decides to step out and, like, tail slap, that your legs are gone? Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Well, we are currently commentating the Mid-Ohio Round 8 of the Straight Talk IndyCar Wireless Series. So, I'm just letting you know because you seem to forget very quickly when you're on 37 hours of no sleep. And that's kind of your own fault, but you know, whatever. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, yeah. I wish we were at Talladega right now. Talladega would be fantastic. But, Anyway, it looks like the top three have kind of walked away from Herrera.
Breaking news, there's a small chance Angel might actually be joining us in the booth. Small. In other words, I've asked her to save us. To save me, rather.
Oh. No. See how it is. Like,
What do you mean you see how it is? I'm going to have to do so much flippin' editing tomorrow, it's unreal.
Oh, yeah. At least you're doing it now, so you don't have to stay up and do editing when you could be racing VRR. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have to do editing even though that's what I'm being paid to do.
I'm being paid to slap a edgy emo song at the beginning and the end of the video to make it fade in and out to black. I was not paid, on the other hand, to censor out your stupidity and cut the audio altogether for a whole 2 seconds while you say things that you can't say on air.
If you want me to, I can go an entire lap and you'd have to black it all out.
I wouldn't black anything out. I'd take the sound out.
Well, same thing.
Thank God I didn't give you any tools to the telemetry so that you can't draw those circles and arrows on the screen that they do. And
I can't draw anyway. It would just look like a banana.
I don't know how you would make a circle look like a banana, but I'm not even going to question it. Poor Kelly is extended the gap by 0.3 of a second that lap. The top three is unchanged. Herrera slightly falling back more. Devereaux slightly falling back further. And then, oh my god, it's Kunimitsu Kenosha in the top 10 for once.
Wait, she finished second at Motegi.
That's been a while.
She finished top 10 at Homestead.
It's been a while, okay?
She finished top 10 at Barber. Even I remember that, and we didn't actually go there.
Good lord.
I am your worst nightmare right now.
No, you really aren't. It's more or less the fact that I fear what Angel's gonna think about this. I fear that we have...
Is this where I get really, really daring and say it doesn't matter what she thinks? Or do I have to wait until later on in the show?
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce the new commentator to be joining us soon, Near Fear. He will be replacing Clayton Hardy from here on out. Aren't you already getting canned after Indy?
It kind of depends on how Indy goes. I have to be on my best behavior for Indy.
I love how you got in the danger zone for that, but I didn't. Yeah. Then again, I've always been in the danger zone, so
yeah.
Thanks, Kenny Loggins.
She is looking for excuses to can you. I'm actually like still on my second strike, so. What's good, matey? I don't know. Oh. So, hey, look, BK Glover's also in the top 10.
Yes, he is, and that's something he really needed because his team and himself mentally has been so all over the place because of that. He's not had very many. He's had good runs, but his results haven't necessarily showed for it, and he's had a couple of silly moments, and he's really taken that out on himself, and it's not a good thing, but this top 10 is something he needs right now.
Porter's 11th. She's actually still in the race. Way to go, Angel.
For once.
Give it a few laps. Harsk is 13th. Okay, I'll accept that.
Cristobal, not done anything overly stupid yet, so we know Yagi's very disappointed in him.
Lego.
Yeah, here's my philosophy on this. You know how the crews and the owners, they all go out and talk to their drivers on pre-race? I swear, I do. I really do. I would bet money that Yagi goes over to that 24 car, leans in and speaks to Cristobal, and says to him, if you don't make at least 4 dive bombs and 6 rear ends during this race, I'm docking your pay by $69.420. And Cristobal would then reply, 420 cents is $4.20. To which Yagi will reply, another 420.
I'm. Let me try to wrap my brain about that for a second. Oh God. I don't know if that's like a joke at being like.
It was kind of a shot at Yagi because he can't take too much seriously. And it was kind of a shot at Cristobal because he drives like a maniac. But it was also indirectly another shot at Yagi because he's the one who's coaching Cristobal to drive like a maniac. But in the end of the day, it's working because it's another top 15 at the moment.
Yeah, another top 15. Top 15 out of 42, yeah, we understand. Top 15 out of 28. Top 15,
on a road course from
15th,
the Oval Specialist.
15th, though. That's the bottom half of the field.
A top 15 is a top 15. At least
Yes.
you're not Angel Porter and have only completed about half of the season so far.
Then again.
And, ladies and gentlemen, Near Fear has just been reported as taking both of our spots.
It's
So
like, okay, I shot myself in the foot with a pistol. You just kind of blew it off with a hand grenade.
I think yours is still worse because, you know, you can tease her about her team's performance, but you gotta care what she thinks when she's your boss.
That moment when Birmingham's the best member of the team right now. Let that sink in.
But not by much because Devereaux's only a spot or two back. So
that moment when the B side of the team is doing better than the A side of the team.
We were talking about that at Kentucky. That's just how it seems to have been.
I'm waiting for the Frenchman to kind of go. I don't feel like doing this.
I'm waiting for Black Rose to win a race.
Yeah. See you in the next century.
Well, I mean, they're in realistic shot today.
Yeah, aside from the fact that you've got Nari Jardine and Stephanie Border-Kelly.
Well, considering Birmingham has made his way around Nari Jardine,
Nari Jardine, you done goofed. Reevaluate your career.
I'm assuming Nari Jardine just burned off the tires trying to keep up. Because I don't see any damage.
You can't keep up with the brawling Bosnian. You can't do it. Give up!
Well, looking at the scores this time by... apparently dead even. I don't buy that one. Nope. Birmingham actually took it down by a half a tenth. So, reeling in the Bosnian.
We're just going in. Let me examine this from a very blatant point of view. Stephanie Porter-Kelly's car, to me, is black and white. Yes, I know it's green, but it's black and white.
Is it blinking?
Birmingham's car is white. The two cars that I really can't appreciate because I can't see the color green are sitting 1-2. Great job, PRR. Thanks.
Same thing as last week. You had colorblind cars all over you last time. You know what I should do? I should make a... I love how your paint scheme in GTPFS is Starbucks, though, which is, you know, green.
My inner teenage girl came out, okay?
Your inner teenage girl? Who is colorblind?
Leave me alone, okay? I like coffee.
Okay, Kimmy. Kimmy Cappuccino.
Go home!
Leave me alone, I know what I'm sipping. Mate, we're gonna have to have you come down the pit lane. It would seem that your Frappa-Macalacalote latte temperatures are running too high. Gonna need to take some cream off of that and cool it down. Put an ice cube in there.
Okay, Rico Suave.
I'll grab my hat and leave, but at least it's better than the derogatory slurs of Clayton Hardy.
I'm allowed to say anything I want to because I'm an Indian.
Not the this is AT&T customer support. How may I help you? But the whole you can't do that on air.
No one here is Indian.
Excuse me. Maybe not in the booth. Maybe not in the booth.
Ahmed is Pakistani.
That's not what I was referring to.
Okay, I will look at the demographics of our viewership and see if anyone from India has ever watched a race that we've done. I should do that now, actually.
Yeah,
But
please.
I'm too lazy. Never mind.
Dear God, we're almost a third of the way through the race. It's been too long. I don't think I can survive another 60 laps up here with you right now.
Sure you can.
Typically we get along pretty well, but you're something's wrong tonight.
I'm in the state that I was raised in. That's the problem.
Stupidity.
Ohio, which is about the same thing.
Fair enough. Birmingham reeling in Porter Kelly even more so now. Taking about a second and a half out of it this time.
I have to ask the question: why is Mid Ohio on the calendar next year? Why is
I
Mid
don't
Ohio
really
on the
know.
calendar? Why is Mid Ohio like? Let me try that. God, let me try it again. Hopefully with better English. Why Mid Ohio is on the calendar, but Cleveland is not? Trying to think. Shanghai is not. Silverstone is not. Nokoro is not.
I've never even
Nürburgring
heard
is
of
not.
that track.
What?
Norcaro.
Oh, the Circuit Polomonia?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, yeah, Nogaro, the French track. Actually not a bad place. But Nürburgring's not on the calendar. Hungaroring's not on the calendar. For the love of God, put Abu Dhabi on the calendar. But no, we have places like Road America, Ruapuna. Well, not Road America. Road America, I think, is going to be probably one of the best road courses of the season. Just despite Angel, I think we're going to have 2 or 3 wide at Road America. But
Yeah, because they're all racing to the booth to take your job.
Have fun dealing with Smurfy Bug.
Well, as long as he doesn't accelerate into my side pod, even though I'm clearly in front of him, I think we'll be okay. It's a good thing that the audio went so bad at Mexico, because you think this is bad right now. Take this and multiply it by 10.
Mexico is actually worse. I'm actually surprised.
Mexico is
terrible. That's what I find so surprising. Because you're like, oh, I'm going to complain to Angel that I'm saying all this stuff. She was going to be fine with Mexico.
I think she was still on the gin and juice.
Like she's never been off of it?
Oh my lord. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to apply,
Remember, don't say the 2 letters AA to Angel. AA is for quitters.
That's about the lamest joke I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. But still, like okay, AA is for those that admit there's a problem. Angel doesn't admit that there's problems. Even though
I think you have problems. I think you have problems.
Yes, I do. I have a lot of problems.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it takes a problem to know a problem.
I like how that flag man is still standing there.
That's of gold.
So we are officially a third of a way.
Yay!
That means we have 2/3 to go.
Boo! I wonder if I can find a plastic spoon that gouge my eyes out. Oh no! I'm almost out of my yellow. Oh boy.
So here's Vander Linden. He is the last car on the lead lap. I think he's not quite a lap down yet, but he's getting there.
So is Christmas. Which ironically is relevant because, snow in Canada. I don't know. I'm clutching at straws, but I've been doing that for the last half hour.
If you would like to just stop talking, that's fine. And I don't mean that to be the control freak here. I'm just saying, I think your job is better off.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep the flurry of jokes for that particular line to myself, because I would definitely be fired. But I'm waiting for Birmingham to overpass Porter Kelly.
Keep your chips in play then, because it's not. I think what we've seen all day today is you can catch somebody, but good luck passing them without making them make a mistake.
I think what happened, and this is me being relevant, I think what happened is that Marie Jardine and Stephanie Porter Kelly started trying to pace each other, and they ran away at the beginning. But I feel like they're going to be the first two to pit. I feel like Birmingham's kind of just like, okay, fine, whatever. And you see Devereaux's passed, well, actually Herrera's dropped to 7th. Oh, look, Kenosha's 5th. Bye, Devereaux.
Porter is 10th.
Oh my gosh, she's in the top 10. Hold the presses. Porter's actually doing her job half correctly for once.
So, I cannot stress this enough. Please send your applications for the boost.
The sad part is she knows where I live.
Because I'm gonna get very lonely up here by myself.
All by myself.
You know what, on second thought, no, I could enjoy the solitude for a couple weeks. Please don't send them yet.
Oh god.
We're almost to halfway.
Remember, next year it's going to be a brony, an Indian, and a black guy walk into a bar. I don't regret anything.
I think you will when you wake up in the morning.
Oh, I definitely
Excuse me, when you wake up in 2 mornings, because apparently sleep is ridiculous for you.
Yeah, if I were to sleep now, I wouldn't wake up until like 1.
You've stated this already. And I told you, I'm probably going to miss VRR practice, and maybe the race for this, but...
Angel will call you. Okay?
Yes, because Angel has been oh so friendly with sharing her voice.
I didn't say she was going to talk, I just said she was going to freaking blow up your phone.
Has that ever worked before, ever?
Well, the one time we actually tried it, your phone died.
Okay. But the other times when you've tried to call me on Skype.
Well,
actually, no, my phone died then too. My phone dies way too often.
As I said, we try, it's just that your phone dies before it actually gets anywhere.
It just wants to take a leap of faith. Well, that is our mellow yellow can opening of the evening. That means that one lucky fan in Wooster, Wisconsin, which is a new state apparently, Wooster, Wisconsin, has just won a lifetime supply of mellow yellow. Congratulations to Jeff Faviano for winning that. And no, I did not think before I said that, because now we're probably going to get copyright claims by a guy who does iRacing videos. Jamie Marie Jardine in the pit lane, dear God, saved by the bell.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that bell didn't include like a boxing glove that just knocks you in the face.
Yes, because everybody would love to watch.
That would've been awesome.
Because everybody would love to listen to you ramble on about tangents for the next hour and a half.
Are you kidding me? I'd just fall asleep. Like, I know that I wouldn't lose any money because you'd be unconscious too.
Go to sleep, please. I need the money and I am annoyed. Remember, folks, donate all the money you can to VRR, because this is what you're funding. Do you see this? This is what you're paying for.
This amazing face with a lot of stubble.
The subpar quality that is Clayton Hardy's sex drive. Okay, no. We're censoring that.
That was not me. That was not me.
It's true though, and you know it.
Of course, the one time I do fine, you screw up.
You have not done fine.
Yes, I have.
You are so lying.
No, I'm not. I am not Donald Trump. That is not my job. He's kind of the worst thing I've ever seen in Orange. So Porter Kelly still leading?
Porter Kelly is indeed still leading. But we have several takers into the pit lane. As the green flag cycles begin. So basically all the women came in again. Marie Jardine started the trend.
So hold on. Okay, we'll rephrase that because 2 of them are still out. But all the women came in. So does that make CUNY and Steph?
CUNY actually was in the pit lane. I believe Steph is still staying out, but I don't know for sure if she did pit.
CUNY has not been to the pit lane yet.
CUNY was just in the pit lane.
No, Nurdine was in the pit lane. Okay.
Oh my lord.
She was in the pit lane. It just
See?
has an update.
There's your replay.
It just has an update. Never mind. My bad. I was going off of the scoring board.
No, but stare at that, please.
But it's so ugly. Just like everything else Japanese.
Congratulations, you've now made probably 90% of the Earth's population angry with you.
It's okay, there's only 2 Japanese drivers that are going to be mad at me. And as long as they don't have plane tickets anytime soon, I think I'm good. However, my problem lies with the fact that they are able to fly anywhere at a moment's notice, which means I might not live to see Indianapolis.
Clayton, stop talking, hun. So Raven's the leader right now.
How is Raven still ahead of these 2? How? What is going on? Raven, like, what are you doing?
Staying out.
Wait, is Porter and Vinalainen a lap down?
I would think so because of the fact that I don't think Raven's pit.
My teammates let a lap. Yay!
I could be wrong though. All I know for sure is that Raven is the leader.
We're following the leader. We're following the leader. A lot, and we literally are following the leader. Like, there's a giant tail.
Well, we'll find out here where everybody stands.
Well, Porter Kelly is leading now, so...
Yes, so I'm assuming he must have pit
now.
that time by, I'm assuming.
Yep.
So nothing's really changed. Well, actually, Marie Jardine did close the gap a good bit.
Something did change. Roby's in 4th.
No, I was referring to the top 3.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. Good luck.
But it has.
Well, yeah, they're not like 5 seconds apart now.
That's what I just pointed out. Although I saw Marie Jardine go very wide right there.
Kiwi line of approval. I wonder how much those flagmen get paid for just standing there. I think I'm gonna make the guess of not enough. So, is there any other camera angles but these?
There.
Oh god, that RV sticking to the Armco. Angel, this is why you check for the small details.
This is why you don't use the track that was made in 2003 and you use the actual new one made in like 2012.
Okay, 2003, hold on. Then why does it have the Sprint Cup logos?
Because that's part of the shared folder.
Oh.
You see, for anybody who doesn't know what this is, the shared folder essentially is a pack of logos and decals and haulers and the trackside RVs and stuff. You saw the Ryan Newman number 39, the Casey Kane number 4 Red Bull. Those are the 2011 haulers, and you're probably thinking, well, NASCAR fan, how in God's name did they put that in a 2003 track? Well, you see, there's a certain thing there from the base game, and you can update the folder itself that has those graphical components in there, and that's why you have those green vans in the background that look like they're straight out of the 90s and early 2000s, and have have a 2009 Tony Stewart flag on the side. So,
yeah. So, yeah, this is why you pick out. This is why you pay attention to the small details, and you know, not use Mid Ohio ever again.
I feel like if Raven stays out and actually stays out the next time, he might have a legitimate shot to win the thing because it's so hard to pass.
Yeah, it is hard to pass. It is also hard to find talent, which is why he's in that seat. Because unfortunately, Michael White was unavailable. So, Porter Kelly leading again. I think she's led all but like, I want to say all but like 4 laps.
Around that, yeah.
Way to go, guys! Way to challenge for the lead. No, it's okay. It's okay. You're just gonna hand her a championship with this race. Fantastic! Yay!
I'm sorry, but I don't think that's how it's gonna work at all. Because at this rate, Nuri Jardine's only gonna lose a couple of points. She would still walk if the race were to end right now. She'd still walk out of here points leader, I believe.
Okay, well, see, Porter Kelly's got if we're ended right now, Porter Kelly has most laps led, pole position, led a lap, won the race. Nuri Jardine has not led a lap. Didn't have pole position. So let's see. So 54 to 35. That is 19 points. 19 points difference. Yeah, Nuri Jardine would be leading by 1.
So there you go.
By 1. However, if Nuri Jardine pulls a Honda and screws up somewhere, we have a problem. Or, let's see, let me think. No, never mind. Never mind. There's no other way that it's going to happen. It's either Nuri Jardine leads by 1, or she loses, or say she gets passed by Roby by some miracle. Then she'd be down by 2. Sorry, Steph. This wins for nothing. Which is sad, because, you know, Angel Porter lives in Ohio, hometown Cincinnati. I unfortunately have the unfortunate luck of living in Ohio. So, yeah. Porter Kelly has only lived in Ohio, I think, like 5 years of her life. So if she wins this, it's literally just like, hey, I won this because Angel couldn't. Because let's face it, she's not winning anything this year.
Really early to call that one out.
I'm sorry, but I'm just calling it as I see it. For her,
Then
for
perhaps
her,
you need glasses.
for her to win anything, like A-spec wise, she needs to hope that everyone faster than her either wrecks or doesn't show up. So she needs everyone except for Smurfy and, well, Smurfy to show up to win.
So one more time, please send your applications to us at the VRR email. We will try to respond to those and get you a opportunity to come and commentate with us, because it won't be me and Clayton, I can tell you that for sure. It's probably going to be me and somebody else, or Clayton and somebody else, and let's face it, it's not going to be the latter. So nearing the halfway point.
Yay! It's almost time for alcohol that I don't have. I'm depressed now. I'm gonna join the GT Planet Edge party. Oh no, nothing's going my way. Boo hoo. Actually, everything's starting to come back to me in one giant blur. Things that have been going on today. And this is where I suddenly like flip 180. Is there was different issues that were presented to the VR. Excuse me, too much mellow yellow. The VR General Assembly, or the Board of Directors, or whatever it's called at this particular point in time, different issues that were presented, that the General Assembly has to vote on. One was the winner's circle, which I think we covered that in Kentucky, and I think that's going to be passing with unanimous favor, I think. If not, then I'm going to be kind of disappointed by whoever doesn't vote for it, which I would assume would probably be Shaji. Let's see, then there was the calendar for 2017 for this series. CUNY said that she wants anything in place of Ruapuna. I haven't exactly responded yet, but I'm kind of voicing my frustration by the fact that Mid-Ohio somehow survived when Shanghai hasn't. Bahrain is not on the calendar. Abu Dhabi, hello, McFly. Nürburgring, even if it is outdated. Or is it?
Did you really?
I absolutely did. I'm putting CUNY on the spectrum.
Oh my god.
Why not? It's either go big or go home, or go big and then fall into a coma. Let's see. Hungaroring. On a serious note, that's not even going to happen in any shape or form. Hungaroring is a realistic option. That should be looked at. Cleveland should be looked at. At least give me the go-ahead to fix it. I mean, come on. What's it going to hurt? Trying to think. There's Portland, Lime Rock, my brain's starting to slow down a little bit. Watkins Glen. Hello, Watkins Glen, anyone? Anyone want to use Watkins Glen with the boot at all? Or anything without the boot?
I would vote for Watkins Glen.
Well, Watkins Glen, trying to think. I'm trying to think of another track that's up north. I don't know. I was on a tangent and then it suddenly just went away. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of tracks that you can put in place of Mid-Ohio. That would make sense. And we're not using them. We're sticking to Mid Ohio simply because, oh, it's on the real life IndyCar calendar, and I don't agree with that. And I think that we should kind of, I think if as a broadcast team we are finding our own voice and it needs to be covered in duct tape. I think if we're finding our own voice, I think the series needs to as well. And I think we need to move away from some of these boring tracks like Mid Ohio and honestly, I would say move away from Pocono. Pocono is one of those that I really don't agree with. Move away from Pocono. Move away from. Move away from Ruapuna. I think I agree with CUNY on that one. Move away from Ruapuna. I don't say move away from New Zealand because Pukuo and Teretonga are both amazing New Zealand tracks. Just get away from Ruapuna. Just get away. Like, I think Calder Park's going to be quite boring. The fact that we thought that, hey, going to the Thunderdome is going to be a great idea. There's a reason why it's almost defunct. And it's not because, mismanagement. It's because it's boring. Yeah, it's an oval in reverse, but no. Next year's going to be quite boring from the start, I think. I don't think we're going to have an interesting race until Suzuka. If I'm going to be completely honest. Calder Park's going to be boring. Ruapuna's going to be really boring. Round 3. I guess round 3 is Suzuka. So Suzuka's going to be interesting. Motegi's going to be a disaster. Again, guaranteeing that. St. Pete's going to be, I think, pretty boring. If St. Pete's still on the calendar. I don't even know if it is or not. It's either St. Pete or Sebring at this point. Go Sebring. I'm okay with running on an airport. I mean, we already do it anyway. Homestead, Miami, 500-mile race next year. So I'm happy with that. Atlanta, not sure how I feel about that. I haven't seen anything that says that it's going to be good or bad. Because quite honestly, that's probably the one track I've never paid attention to in my life. Kentucky's going to be 600 miles. Yay. All right, you complain about 4 hours for Daytona. Try 4.5, 5 hours for Kentucky.
My heart will not be able to handle it.
Trying to think. What else? I think Kentucky just leads straight to Indianapolis next year. I think. Indian. Okay, one thing I need to bring up. This hasn't been brought up to the General Assembly even, but because I kind of work on the tracks. Expect 240 mile an hour speed at Indy next year. Have fun. 240 mile per hour speeds at Indy. Then you got Kansas. Why we're going to Kansas, I have no idea.
For comparative reasons, what speeds are they hitting at Indy this year?
I want to say 230. So we're running a full 10 miles an hour faster. I think that plan is still kind of going ahead. I believe. Let me look to see what the testing times were. Of course, I won't look up the viewer demographics, but I'll look up Indy speeds. Oh, Bristol's on the calendar next year too. I'm happy about that. Bristol, Phoenix, New Hampshire, Milwaukee, Iowa, I think. A lot of ovals. So the oval thing that we talked about at Homestead is starting to kind of come to fruition. To answer the question, Estimated pole speed is supposed to be 231 miles an hour.
Wow.
That is the estimated pole speed. Whereas 2017 it's supposed to be like 240. 2018 they're looking at speeds of 245 or higher. That is what I got in my email.
Because screw safety.
Who needs safety when you can't see what's going to kill you?
The faster you go, the quicker it is, and the less painful.
That is not true. That is not true at all.
It's the racer philosophy. It's always true.
Let's see. Porter Kelly's pulled away from Birmingham again. Hey, look, Goodyear. Let the bashing begin.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This has already been cringy enough of a broadcast. We don't need to get any further than that. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we are now reaching my 24th hour of awakeness. Nothing compared to Clayton's, but still. Why
Pretty
was
bad.
I up at 4 in the morning anyway? I don't really know.
Sleep. Eat sleep.
It's overrated.
Let's see.
I think this would be a nice time to step away for a few minutes. Nothing really going on at the moment. Your top 10 looks as it is right now. Stephanie Porter Kelly still leading, has led all but maybe 5 laps or less. Second place is Jacob Birmingham. Third place, Jamie Nari Jardine. Fourth place is Trevin Roby. Then Alan Herrera. Then Sebastian Devereaux. Then BK Glover, Clayton Hardy, Kuni Mitsu Kanoshita, and
Jet Raven.
Jet Raven. We will
I
be
did a
right.
thing.
We will be right back with the Honda Grand Prix of Ohio. Stay tuned here on VRR TV. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mid Ohio as we are in round 8 of the Straight Talk IndyCar Wireless Series. You are currently looking at Jacob Birmingham in the number 14, chasing down that 84 of Stephanie Porter Kelly as they come out of turn number 2 and 3. And I'm NASCAR Fan 1400. Alongside of me is Clayton Hardy, who hopefully is not as drunken as he was before we went to break. And currently we are in the closing third, just hitting the final third of this event. Rather uneventful, and you know,
Deserving to be replaced.
I would agree with that, but it's kind of interesting to see that nothing has happened, considering that all the other races, road courses or not, we've seen have had some sort of interesting plot twist here or there.
Yeah.
So far, it's just been domination by the 84 car, Rivera nearly killing the flag marshal, and Thomas Rogers being a hoonigan.
The RV also being.
And then the RV protruding through a wall, which you see over there on the left of your screen next to the Bosch sign. So, that's really the extent of the race. And quite honestly, just go ahead, skip to the end. Just do it. We really can't be mad at you. If we could, we would too. We would skip to the end. The whole video would be 10 seconds.
The Stephanie Porter Kelly dominated everything. The end. Go home.
Yes.
This type of domination should be against the law. In all reality, they should just pull everyone into the pit lane and say, no, not today. We're not doing this. But
this is so Formula One-esque. It's sad.
Only with cars that actually aren't $30 million.
And that's what makes it so sad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fantastic racing. Nari Jardine's gone. Bye, have fun.
But she's all by herself too, because look at Herrera, 20 seconds behind her.
And then.
So she's pretty well got the podium locked up. Now we have Porter Kelly into the pit lane, which means Birmingham's gonna lead a lap. Now,
Oh my God.
This is one interesting thing here.
This should be the last pit stop of the race.
It should be the last pit stop of the race, and she needs a good out lap, because if she gets caught up in traffic, that could give Birmingham a slight opportunity. Now, granted, I almost guarantee you she's going to beat Herrera out of the pit lane.
Yeah, the pit lane is actually pretty small. Yeah.
Ooh, I think that was Herrera right there.
No, I think that's. Yeah, it is. Never mind.
Yep, that is Herrera.
I was expecting like everyone there, but then I'm like, oh, never mind. Pit window's open. More people came in.
Yes, so...
But she came out fourth.
Third? No, yeah, fourth. No.
Unless Jamie pit.
Jamie has pit, so she's going to come out in third still.
Yeah, and she's got fresher tires, so the longer that Birmingham stays out, the more that Stephanie Porticelli is going to put a gap on him.
However, she's not in the clean air that she was in earlier. So,
yeah, I would say that she's still in relatively clean air. I mean, she's not right up on Herrera, so she's got a little bit of room.
But this is a whole environment that she's not been exposed to yet today.
Yeah, the only thing she's been behind is this pace car.
It's going to be really interesting to see if she can cope with this, as well as we're seeing, you know, how all the other drivers have had to today. And as they make their way down the front stretch, Herrera stays out yet another lap, and we can see, I believe.
I think Birmingham stayed out as well.
Yeah, Birmingham stayed out another lap. If not, he just had the out lap of his life.
Oh my gosh.
See, the out lap for Porticelli was roughly considering the 30-second pit stop time, probably about the same here, 1 minute 14 seconds or so, 1 minute 13 seconds. So she had a decent out lap here. It's just she's in this group of cars now, and while she's in a relatively spread out section of cars, it doesn't really matter. There's still a lot of dirty air being kicked around, and there's still the, you know, you've got the pressure from behind, like, oh my gosh, is this person going to run me over? And then you've got the person in front of you, like, are they going to slam the brakes 100 feet before my braking zone? So there's a lot more going through your mind other than just hitting your marks now. And
yeah, but at the same, I don't know. I don't think she's too much worried about it, because remember, Herrera is a race winner. He dominated in a very similar fashion.
Well, not only that, but she's a Formula One world champion. So
yeah, Herrera. I mean, Herrera's already won a race. I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing, because he had a phenomenal battle with Windross at Mexico.
Oh yeah.
So I think Porticelli's not so much worried about what's in front of her. I think she might be a little bit worried about what's in behind her, because the trash talking might get her in a little bit of trouble between her and BK Glover. A lot of trash talking has gone on between those two. But she's walked away from him, and she's catching up to Herrera. So the longer Herrera and Birmingham stay out, the worse it's going to be for both of them, because Porter's just kind of going to walk.
Do you think it might be possible if Birmingham might be trying to save gas and pull a full-on Hail Mary here toward the end of this thing?
Nah, I don't think so. I think
it would almost be worth a shot at this point, since you can't really pass anybody.
He would have set something. He would have set something up long beforehand. He would have pit off sequence, and he didn't. Neither of them did. So I don't see either of them being able to make that work.
But we're seeing it right now, even though she's the fastest car on the track, and I believe she actually does have the the 92 of Trevin Roby. She's actually third on the fast lap leaderboard, but granted, only not even an entire tenth behind. But she's one of the top 3 fastest cars on the racetrack, and you just can't. There's no passing here. Passing is not a thing at this track.
It's like Monaco, which is sad, because you have all the space in the world to actually make passing zones, and there just isn't any. Then you're also asking one of the most passive drivers in the field to make passes. Porticelli, one of the most passive people in the world. Like, you're not going to get her to make very many aggressive passes at all. That's a decade of racing experience. She's going to be very methodical about it. But she's also not going to wreck the car. Like, if second place is the best she's going to get, then she's not going to push for that extra little 10%. Now, with that said, Herrera's turned up the heat, and he's starting to close in as well. So I think Birmingham's starting to really run out of tires, and unfortunately,
Herrera's
I
in.
mean, now the floodgates are open. Now it's a matter of if Birmingham wants
Another
to.
lap out for Birmingham. Now what? I mean, he gained a little bit that time actually,
Well, Porter Kelly had the checkup for Herrera coming in.
but still, that's more time gained. So it's about the same as when Porter Kelly
We'll
came in
see.
initially. That's good news though for Birmingham because that might be able, if another checkup like that were to happen again, and it be a bit bigger, that they were within 2 seconds of each other in the pit stop cycle. So before the pit stop cycle. So it won't take much. All it would take is Porter Kelly running just a little wide in one scenario or having to slow down for one
Hold on.
slow car, and
Let's
that
switch
gives
to Birmingham.
Birmingham enough time to come into the pits, quickly get things changed, and then get back out in front of her.
Let's see. Let's switch to Birmingham and see what let's try to compare like their last laps here.
Oh, he's in the pits. His last lap was a 120. Granted, he was in
He was in the pit lane.
a 117. So roughly,
This will be interesting to see if.
yeah, I think she's going to be coming by on the right now. There she goes. So, nope, not quite enough, but... Oh, wow, and Glover goes by, too. So that's really bad for...
Yeah, that's what I was expecting it to backfire because Glover had, I think, an amazing pit stop. Probably one of the fastest pit stops of the day.
If Birmingham had come in maybe a lap or two earlier, I think he might...
He should have pit. He should have pit Porter Kelly.
I really think he would have been okay.
Really
No, I don't think he should. I don't think he should have pit with Porter Kelly. Because there is no passing. But
well, there isn't any passing anyway, and you've lost a position. Look at Marie Jardine. You're behind Angel Porter. That's saying something.
Well,
so with this, Marie Jardine's lost time.
Has Angel Porter pit?
Yes, she has.
Okay. So she's en route to a career best.
For a season best, anyway.
Well, career best in terms of the sticks, but
yeah. So Marie Jardine, if this is how it ends.
Oh, she has not pit, and neither has Glover. So
how was they keeping up then?
Well, no passing.
But that doesn't explain why they're keeping up, though. I mean, keeping up and then battling is two different things. They were
perhaps the fuel, making the cars lighter was compensating enough for the tire loss, because we haven't seen a whole lot of drop off in the tires. It's just been, okay, we're pitting now. Okay, we're pitting now. There hasn't really been a considerable drop off in the time between whether you were pitting or not. So everything's kind of back to the way it was. Marie Jardine might actually have an attempt to close in on the gearbox of Birmingham. So again, even if things were to end as they are, Marie Jardine will be leading with a 1 point lead going into the Indy 500. So
yeah, that'll be interesting. But that I wasn't even thinking Indianapolis. This is going to make things interesting because Porter Kelly's going to have the momentum.
And nobody's safe. Nobody's safe going into this. There are people who...
There's no provisionals at all.
Yeah, everybody has to qualify their way in. So a big name could drop out. And, last year it was Michelin.
I'm going to make my predictions, and hopefully I jinx it. I'm going to say Pearlstein, Porter, and Harsk. DNQ.
I'm gonna go. I honestly think that all the people who aren't regulars are gonna DNQ.
That's okay. As long as Nicolaido qualifies.
I hope Nicolaido does qualify. I am a Nicolaido fan, and I have been since Michigan. So, bring it on. Is he entering the race?
We haven't even. Yes, he is in there. He is on the entry list. There's
Yes.
36 cars. People that weren't last year's Indianapolis 500. I think there's only one. No.
There was one person who
There was
DNQ'd
two.
last year.
There were two. There were two that weren't even in the entry list last year. There was Sakura Ishibashi, who was the 5th cat level racing car, and then you've got Diego Jaramillo in the 98. So those two are making their first ever car starts in a couple weeks.
And then, of course, we know, will Michelin be trying to make another attempt?
Yeah, he's on the entry list. So 36, a full entry list is there, which is good. That's healthy.
Yes.
That's good.
But also a bit concerning. You think that 36 cars going 230 miles an hour might cause for some drama. And not the kind of drama we were looking for.
Only 33 are going to race, so...
Well, still, I mean, that's still a considerable amount.
Practice got to be a little bit dangerous, I think, but... I think it's going to be interesting because you've got qualifying points, so qualifying points will mean a lot, and then you've got the actual race points, which are double. Vandalin and a lap down. Yeah, Porticali's just walked away with this should be illegal. This should be the definition of illegal racing right now. Not necessarily like anything terrible going on. It just buy stuff. It's been nice. Have fun. Being paid to cruise.
Sunday drive.
And next year's gonna be interesting because I think VRR's opened up the rules so much that I think we're gonna see a lot of trouble with people trying to fill Indianapolis, because all the different part-time entries have the ability of picking whatever races they want to enter. I covered this at Kentucky as well. So I think everyone's going to kind of like, everyone's just going to fill in Indianapolis, so they'll pick everything Indianapolis. And then we only have 28 cars in Indianapolis, which would be embarrassing. So I think that is something that we have to be very cautious with next year. Are we going to even see 33 next year at Indianapolis? Whereas right now we know that we're going to have at least 3 DNQs. Who they are, we're not going to find until next week. Weird to think that pole days next week. Bump qualifying and pole qualifying next weekend. That is crazy.
It came up so fast.
Yeah, went from Surfers to Indianapolis, and then we've got Michigan. Go Michigan! I'm excited for Michigan. Porticali's probably not, but I am.
I bet. Well, I tell you what, we're going to Indianapolis, and then we're going to Michigan. I'm pretty sure that Cameron Jackson is shaking in his skin, because he hit catch fences in both of those races.
Yeah.
So I think he might be a little concerned that, hey, there's Rivera.
Oh, look, the 3rd green car. Yay. Rivera, do the reverse entry drift. Do the drifto.
He's slamming his head on the keyboard right now.
Good. You need the migraine.
Wow. There's Birmingham way in the back. This is going to be a career best for him, I believe.
Yeah, he didn't hit the arm quo. Win in my book.
Angel Porter en route to a top 10.
At home. At home. this is important, at home. Hardy did it at Kentucky. Porter's doing it here at Mid Ohio, which I honestly say shouldn't matter. I think that's the only reason Mid Ohio is not going to get taken off the calendar. Which is stupid. It's so I'm gonna bash Mid Ohio until it's gone.
I would bash it too. This race has been
This race,
terrible.
race,
I'm not. It's
we
been
have like
pretty
25
bad.
We have 25 races, including Long Beach, which I think Long Beach is gonna be terrible. I think this takes the cake of the worst race of 2016.
So far.
I think I'm predicting that this will be the. I think if we look back at this race will be the worst race of the season if we look back at the end of the year.
Oh, I bet it would. It's definitely possible.
I think if we take a vote, I think it's either going to be Homestead or Fontana as the best race, and then Mid Ohio is the worst. The only thing
Well,
that can make
Indy,
it worse.
Indy would definitely be up there in the best. Because Indy's always interesting.
Okay, it depends. If it's a single file snooze fest, then probably not.
Well, aren't they anticipating 2-3 wide?
But they're anticipating some it depends on the tire. And if what I'm getting is correct, then they're using the hybrid tire, which means it's got little grip, but it also wears out really quick. So it's going to be interesting. Now, I don't say we're going to have 2-3 wide all the time. 3 wides, I think, mental at Indianapolis. You don't see that anywhere.
May I redirect you to the Indy Lights finish?
Okay, that was on the straightaway, and that's Indy Lights. Those cars then were like
yeah, but they
100.
finished 4 wide. Of course, we can go 3 wide.
Yes. Okay, an Indy Lights car is also like 2/3 the width of an Indy car.
Exactly, and they went 4 wide with room.
Yes. However, we have Ahmed and Harsk.
You know what? Maybe they don't qualify.
Please be that the case.
But it's kind of like a scenario with John Wes Townley or Ricky Stenhouse. You kind of want them to be in the race, because then it makes it interesting.
Well, that and we know who's going to finish last at that point. So everyone doesn't have to worry about, oh god, I'm going to finish last, because they've got it covered. Unless Dakota does his thing again.
I've just realized Dakota, speaking of, is actually the only one of the Black Rose cars not in the top 10. And for a team originating out of Ohio, having 3 out of 4 in the top 10 is a very nice result for the home crowd.
Because he's from New Jersey.
New Jersey. Well, of course, you've got Devereaux from France, and you've got Birmingham from Alabama, I believe, actually.
Yeah.
Not too sure on that. Yeah, I think so.
I believe that's the case.
Which is ironic, given the last name.
You got Angel, who's from Cincinnati.
Technically, considering she's from Cincinnati, would that technically make Kentucky her home race as well?
She considers Mid Ohio.
Okay.
Now, if Mid Ohio was not on the calendar, then it'd probably be Indy. For some reason, she doesn't like the mile and a halves.
Well, all right then.
Give the mile and a half some love.
Kentucky. Well, I think she is making it a 600-mile track. Or mile track. Yep, 600-mile track. That's going to be a good one, guys. Be sure to go down. It's a one-lap event. 600 miles. It's called the 600.
We'll just have one giant strip go across the United States.
And back.
You'll go. Don't even need to.
Well, I mean, if you went... Well, considering mountains and such... Make it a... Ew.
26, 28 car drag race? Just whoever survives wins?
I can imagine the engines just left and right. Barris Windross. Yeah. Barris Windross, after today's race, will have nightmares. Angel already has nightmares.
She is a nightmare.
So again, if you would like to join the Replace Clayton campaign, and join me in the booth, and eventually Near Fear,
I'm pretty sure if that isn't a thing, I'm pretty sure someone will start a petition for it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, isn't there about 9 or 10 people in the VRR committee? So I'm sure there's something going on there.
Okay, let me summarize who's currently in the committee. Jaji is in the committee.
How did he get in the committee, but I'm not?
Because he doesn't actually lead anything. He just does stuff. Um, Race car, GT Racer EH team because he's leading a FICA series. CUNY, Sakura, Steph, me, Angel, BK Glover's in. I think that's it.
I think you guys are just keeping me out of it just to rub it in my face.
No, it's not. What's one of the rules apply is that if you lead like a different organization or you are in the hierarchy for a different organization, then you're not allowed in.
Wow.
And that's not applying against race. That's applying against tire. That's applying against whatever else. That's just status quo, and that was approved. So.
Well, all right then.
But Angel made the offer. Hey, you can make GTPFS a VRR series, and then you'd be in automatically.
Yeah, I've been considering that quite honestly, but I don't know. I feel like it would weigh down the franchise of VRR. Until I get my crap together and get everything, start actually getting things done on time, then yeah, definitely. But also because it involved, like, she's like, I'll pay you for those too, and I was kind of like, no, I'm not doing that, no. So that was actually one of the biggest reasons why I didn't make GTPFS part of VRR, because she's like, you'll get paid for all those races. I'm like, no, I won't.
Yeah, that got reneged. Yeah, that got pulled back.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
Looking at the numbers, she kind of got scared and like, no, let's not do that.
Yeah, first off, there's 36 races, not 20-some, so... And
Yeah.
second off, I'm not doing full-length races. I could shell all of those out in a month if I really wanted to.
That'd be a nice payday. Have like a season like every other month.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great. Stealing money from a 20-year-old computer student. That's great. Not stealing money, rather, but kind of cheeky.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and Steph's like, yeah, I'm not paying you for the truck stuff. Screw that. That, and with trucks, it'd be 3 people this year too, so that would automatically hurt a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. The truck series calendar got ratified, so the trucks are going to Daytona. Yay!
Good. Was there ever doubt that they wouldn't?
There was. It wasn't on the initial calendar.
Oh my lord! Somebody needs to be fired.
Well, okay. The reason why is because the original plan was just make it fit the VRR IndyCar calendar, and then the idea is like, well, if we're not fit the calendar at all anyway, we're just going to have the series meet up at Fontana. So it'll be a championship weekend with the trucks and IndyCar at Fontana, October. And that's why you unite the calendars. And then next year, before the IndyCar season, the trucks will go to Daytona.
Yes.
So it's figured itself out now. It's just that originally it was just what would be the most organized way? Oh, we'll just copy the VRR calendar because it's already there, and then.
But it's broken. We have races like this.
Well, they don't go to road courses.
Yes.
Well, they go to a couple next year, but this year I think aside from Mosport, it's all ovals.
Why Mosport? Why if they're having one road course? Why Mosport?
Because it's on the real life calendar. I don't know.
But there's so many better road courses.
Now you know how I'm feeling about this.
Mosport. Ooh.
I think there's more than I think Mosport is not the only one. I think there's a couple. I think Watkins Glen is also on the calendar.
See, now there you go. There's a good road course. Not to say Mosport's bad, but I mean,
it's not terrible.
It's
I
just
don't
there's
know.
so many better courses you could have chose, like
Honestly,
Watkins
I
Glen.
don't know if I'm correct. I don't know if I am correct on that. I need to double check to make sure that.
Well, I mean, at least it's not Mid-Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. Steph kind of. I think Steph has openly said like Mid Ohio is like if everything else fails, which won't happen ever.
See, now not to take anything away here from Stephanie Porter Kelly. She's run a great race. It takes a lot of focus and it takes a lot of talent to be able to run 90 consecutive laps this dominant, especially when you've got Birmingham breathing down your neck, even though it is Birmingham, but with another driver breathing down your neck. It's still impressive, but that doesn't mean that the race was good itself, because we have had literally no green flag passes after the restart.
Okay. I was completely wrong, and by completely wrong, I mean I was really wrong. Motorsport's not even on the calendar.
Good.
Toronto is.
What?
Toronto's on the calendar.
The city circuit Toronto?
Yes, Exhibition Place in Toronto. And
Oh my
Barbara's on the
lord.
calendar, too.
Good luck with that.
So it's Daytona
It's not
for
Steph, if you're
trucks.
watching this, it's not Super Utes. You
so
can't
Daytona,
you can't put
Daytona,
stock cars
Homestead.
on city circuits and expect it to go well.
Daytona, Homestead, Atlanta, Talladega,
Mm.
Bristol, Charlotte, Kentucky, Toronto, Barber, Indianapolis, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and then Auto Club.
That
in
is a
that order.
sexy schedule.
Minus Barber. You actually no Barber's actually good. The only problem I think I will have is
Nothing's wrong with Barber.
possibly Atlanta, because I just never been interested in Atlanta races. But other than that, yeah, it looks fine. 13 races.
If they replaced Atlanta with Charlotte, it'd be better.
Charlotte's already on the calendar.
If they put another Charlotte race in, that'd be great.
Or put Martinsville.
Yeah,
Darlington.
okay.
Darlington.
Yeah. What kind of truck series is it that doesn't have Martinsville?
I don't know. Let's see. So
That's like one of the
next-
crown jewel events of the truck series.
Okay, the 2017 calendar has been updated, but reason why I know it hasn't been updated is because Texas is still on the calendar, and Texas was completely removed.
Yeah, also be sure to watch the For Affinity race, sponsored for our Texas in GT Plant Fantasy Series. I think it's the third or fourth race. And no, Ivan, it was not done specifically to annoy the bejesus out of you. It was just a bonus.
So next year is Daytona, Calder Park, ew.
Love you,
Motegi,
Ivan.
ew. My Aunt Homestead, okay, we'll give it that. Talladega, okay. Atlanta, meh. Kentucky, okay. Indianapolis, meh. Kansas, meh.
If she needs
Toronto-
an I&I for Talladega, I have a killer CTS one. So Steph,
we're
if
going- we're
you're
going-
if you're looking for
we're
one,
going-
PM me on GT Planet, and I can
So-
hook you up.
Toronto's on the calendar next year too, so it's not just a fluke.
Fluke. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, what if it sucks the first year?
Then she'll just replace it with Edmonton.
Like that's
Or-
any better.
Or she'll do the worst thing in the world, and she'll put Troy Riviere on the.
How about you just like
Because Montreal's not a thing, apparently.
Well, yeah, that too, but I was going to say, why not put Cleveland in? Also worth noting there that Rivera almost just screwed the entire race for Porter Kelly there by moving her off the inside line with Birmingham immediately behind her.
Great job, Rivera. Still screwing things up, and you're not even in your car.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time he was a lap car interfering earlier this evening. Classic Daytona.
Let's see. So,
I'm sure only about 5 people got that, but
yeah.
at
And then
least
you
it's
got-
not like, those magical words I can say to make everybody who was there cringe really quickly.
I think I've had plenty of those moments so far today. Tonight, this morning.
Indy 500.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean you don't remember the Indy 500 that you hosted and then left because you didn't even show up because you went to go bowling instead?
I can't help it that my inner Roman Bellic showed up.
Nico, it is your cousin. Let's go bowling. Well, at least they did it for Dale. I'm proud of you, Clayton. It takes a lot of failure to do what you did that day.
Yeah, my reputation is still in the ground because of that.
Oh, my reputation's not too good either. I mean, fun runs. So, which has gotten better.
That and the first 6 letters in your name.
NASCAR.
Yeah, yeah. Have fun.
No, but fun runs has gotten considerably better, but it is...
Yeah, because everyone left PS4.
No, nobody left for PS4. Angel left for PS4, but it's not like she was weighing us down, so...
No, she was your saving grace.
Not really, but... So if you'd like to apply to take my job,
As I said, the strike system I don't think applies because otherwise we'd both be gone.
Oh, we should... Let's face it, we should both be gone already. I don't know why we haven't been. I feel like deep down, somewhere deep down through all the bone and flesh, there's a heart in there somewhere.
That hasn't been, like, repaired by surgery yet?
Wow! I mean, I guess you're right. Just about everything else has been broken or fixed at some point.
Like, there's a joke that I'll have to explain off the camera, because that one I know is right. But there's a joke that kind of runs around and inside the small circle.
I feel like I don't want to know it.
It's actually not that bad. It's not that. It makes a lot of sense. But
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because it'll be broke eventually.
No, it runs along those lines, but it's still a little off.
So we'll save that till the cameras are off, because there's only 2 more laps of this. This race, this beautiful race.
This fantastic insomnia cure.
Yeah, pretty much, and the scenery doesn't help too much either. Angel, I honestly don't know why you didn't use the new one, because the new one was a lot better, and the racing's a lot better on that one. It's like...
Or go to Cleveland, you sad sap. Go to Cleveland.
Cleveland would be nice. That would have been cool, because you can go like 6 wide into a corner there.
Or you can go to my favorite place. You can go to Shanghai. Dun 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 dun.
I don't like Shanghai. The racetrack. The city's fine.
Okay, well, hold on. You're saying, oh, the smog inflated. The smog overrun city is fine, but the racetrack, which is outside of the city in clean air, is a problem.
No, I didn't say it was a problem. I said I didn't like the track, but I didn't hate the city. Like, I wanted to make it clear that it's not like, ooh, those Shanghai natives, those bastards. No, it was more like, oh, I don't like the track that much, but I don't have anything against people who live there. And let's face it, America's on the fast track to smog infestation as well. So, infestation, I don't think that's how that word is supposed to be used, but... You know what?
Yes, because smog is produced by smog bugs.
It's 5 in the morning and the legless official is waving the flag.
Hey, white flag, yay.
I don't know where his legs went throughout the race, but I'm assuming Rivera has something to do with it.
Come back next week, he'll be missing an arm and he'll have a black eye.
Just one black eye?
Yeah.
I think it might be facial or skull fracture you're looking for, but alright.
Do it for Dale.
Wow. I'm not even censoring this. I'm not even going to censor any of this because I only had 1 bad comment and you've had like 20, so this is just...
Let's see, so Basler skull fractures. Senna, Ratzenberger, Earnhardt, Blaze Alexander.
I'm pretty sure it's not how his name was pronounced.
Blaze Alexander?
No, Ratzenberg.
Ratzenberger? Yeah,
I don't.
Roland
Was it Burger? I thought it was Ratzenberg.
Ratzenberger. He's Austrian, so yeah.
What? So ER gets added to the end.
No, Ratzenberg's a town. Ratzenberger is the driver.
Okay. Well, this is all irrelevant because the checkered flag's waving. The legless man, who's been very brave, waves the checkered flag. And Stephanie Porter Kelly, congratulations for absolute domination today. As if we didn't see it coming. She got the pole. She led 90% of the laps. And this was inevitable. And then a congratulations there for Jacob Birmingham, though. Great finish for him. Only a second and a half behind, which is actually pretty decent for what has been nothing short of a Formula One performance. And then you have Jamie Nari-Jardine, 1 point ahead in the championship standings as of now. Alan Herrera in 4th. And Clayton Hardy winging it in 5th. Then you've got BK Glover 6th. Sebastian Devereaux, great finish for him, running in 7th. I think that might be a career best. I would have to double check that.
3rd place at Miami.
Oh, that's right. Got Cliff Legault in 8th. Jet Raven in 9th. And the 3rd out of 4 Black Rose Racing cars at the the team's hometown. 10th place for Angel Porter. Not only does she finish, but she finishes well. Then it's Henna Venäläinen, the 19 of Cameron Jackson, the 78 of, that's
Pedro Harsk.
Okay, Pedro Harsk. And then these numbers are escaping my brain, so if you would please go through the rest.
Matthew Evans in 14th, and then number 50, Jesus Cristobal in 15th, 16th, Hugo Brett. So he took a huge points hit today. Mohamed Ahmed 17th, Stephen Nash 18th, 19th is Ryan Perlstein on the lead lap. That's progress. Thomas Rogers 20th, Trevin Roby 21st after being so close to leading a lap earlier. Nico Montero in 22nd, Alex Rivera 23rd. He's the first lap down. Aaron van der Linden and Barris Windross both a lap down as well. Windross never recovered from the beginning of the race. Never recovered. Jacob Dakota DNF'd. Apparently had a late race accident. We completely missed that.
Oh.
It says it's accident on the screen. It says accident on the paperwork, but
let's go ahead and check that if we can then.
And then Slater had engine issues, and Kenosha had engine issues. So that's where Kenosha went. We were too busy being whimsical and stupid and naive.
Well, the caution, if it was a big enough incident that you're assuming that the caution would have come out. No, he just blew the engine. And oh my goodness.
Yeah, it happened like on lap.
Oh no, he didn't just blow the engine. There is some rear wing damage. I'm assuming he probably lost the rear end. Because
yeah,
because it wasn't enough to bring out the caution flag, but it apparently was enough to total the car, so. Oh, looks like he might have had some help there with Thomas Rogers. Ooh. Yeah, that was not enough to bring out a caution flag, but that definitely was enough to crunch the car pretty bad, so.
But yeah, that's what happened to Dakota.
And ironically enough, it was Rogers that brought out the first caution for getting about 30 degrees sideways.
Yeah, for being Ken Block.
But yeah, that'll pretty much do it, I believe. Anything else you want to add there, Clayton?
Not really. Pole, for those that, aren't a part of GT Planet, pole qualifying is next weekend. That's not being televised at all, so don't be looking for it. But 2 weeks from now is Indianapolis, the 2016 VRR GT Planet Indianapolis 500. We may or may not have a pre-race for that. It depends on how early we get started and all that jazz.
And it's us, mind you, so we probably won't have pre-race.
And what?
I said, and it's us, mind you, so there probably won't be a pre-race.
Well, it depends, because we'll have all day to do it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We don't have to have an elaborate, we're going to watch all the planes, and we're going to have interviews and stuff like that. It just has to be simple. It just cover all the storylines leading up to it, because, it is a big deal.
Regardless, we do apologize for the first half being completely filled by Clayton's ignorance and stupidity, and I apologize for the rest of it being filled with mine.
Yeah, I got a free pass. Indianapolis will be probably hopefully the best, because we won't have fatigue to wear us down.
Yes, that would be great. So everything should hopefully be in order for once, knock on wood. But we hope you enjoyed this race, what little of it could be called a race. More like the time trial track day. But it will get more interesting, I promise you. As Clayton had mentioned, we're going to the brick that is made out of bricks, but then was removed of the bricks and then repaved with diamond cut asphalt. So instead of being brick surface that tears up your tires, it just tears up your tires. Yes, I'm talking about Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We will be seeing you there in a couple of weeks' time for the Indianapolis 500 of 2016. If you have not seen the 2015 Indy 500, I highly suggest you go watch that, because that was an interesting one in itself. With that all being said, again, we hope you enjoy. Please hit that like button on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for more news, and be sure to follow the GT Planet page and follow the Virtual Reality Racing Wix page and all that good stuff. Until next time, NASCAR Fan 1400 and Clayton Hardy signing off. We're going to bed.